Welcome to our show, Motorsport. It's just a very good speed weekend, a busy weekend, and actually we have a lot of more of information, entertainment, and of course much of the foreign, and actually in the foreign world we have too much action in the Chinese Grand Prix, which is just rolling off just tomorrow. We actually are expecting so much. But guess what? Team Mercedes are really doing their best and better job, and we believe by the end of climax tomorrow, we're going to be a very splendid weekend. Well, it's all said and it's all action. I have no need actually. It's Motorsport on WBS TV. Frank Sergoke to bring you this series of the program, and actually I may not want, actually many of you guys, you may anticipate to know the results of Ginger Rally. Of course, I'll tell them, but at a brief point of viewing, I'll definitely just tell you what happened in Ginger briefly, and then I'll walk you through what's coming next on the block, that is on the local calendar, and then we roll over. And actually, as our custom, not to take off time of our visitors, actually our guests, we always start with the foreign bit of it. And actually, let me get my producer rolling the picture of what is going to be a match in a week away. We are going to have another super action at the WRC, that's the Rally of Argentina. And according to the way the route design is actually a little bit tricky, and it's anticipated to be one of the competitive. I remember this will be the Rally of Argentina, will be the third round of the WRC, and definitely we are going to see much super action happening in Argentina in a fortnight from now. Basically, let me get off with the rally design of the Rally Argentina. It's going to be actually by the design of the route, it's going to be at the lake side of Villa Carros, where it's most popular, where it's 700 kilometers northwest of Buenos Aires and 30 minutes drive from Condabo City. And actually one of the best cities where we're going to have a super speedway stage, one of the biggest super stages, the Condabo province. I remember in one of our series of the program, we told you by decision of the organizer, they agreed that with the very much bad weather changes in that country, they need to help. Actually, they're going to extend a bit of help to the displaced people who were displaced a month ago after the big rainfalls. And definitely, we're going to see. Remember, this is a bit of the mountainous bit of it, as you're going to see the terrain, and it's going to be a haggle. It has an up and down, which involves the valleys and the stunning mountains in the turns. And those who much have the geography at the hand is we are going to have too much action happen in Terracilla Mountains. Start with the new design of a stage. We have a 54-kilometer stage, and actually, those Ugandans who are crying over long distance drives, and then hey, you're joking. We have a lot of distances. The guys at the WRC are going to have the long stage, the longest, actually the least, the shortest stage in the day will be a 52-kilometer drive test from. It will be on a Friday, and this is one of the prominent where it's actually going to be Agradico across the Sierras Cascas Mountains, which are one of the few. Actually, at times, some drivers have always been lucky in Rally of Argentina, where some other people who drive in the early morning sections, they always get either the rain, or at times the others who drive at the later stage of the day always find it a little bit tricky. Sometimes get the dust, or others get it a little bit. With the geographical terrain of Argentina, one of the few bit of caretaking where the drivers need to take care is there's a 56-kilometer route which runs from San Marcos, which actually it's going to be run twice with the popular special stage at the Carros Pass, where the Friday shakedown will be. We're going to have a little bit of the, actually remember, with those who have the super sport, you're going to be accessing the WRC Rally of Argentina on that very day, on the final stage. That will be a Sunday, and the three-day event will have a climax. It's going to be one of the Clasico Coda, and it's termed as one of the best in the Europe. Remember, those who might have watched the Rally of Mexico, it was a little bit a temperature high. It was around 30 centimeters, actually 30 degrees Celsius, but this time around it's a mix of a little bit of the rains and then a little bit of the dust rays. We look forward, and remember, who is leading on the block is none other than the youngster Sebastian Ogier, who has beaten all guys hands down, and Sebastian Ogier has always had a little bit of a start, and I guess what was trying to taper to get up with Sebastian Ogier was none other than his other fellow German, that's the Anogard, that's Sebastian Loeb. Unfortunately, Loeb didn't have it well good in the Rally of Monte Carlo, and then he missed out in the Rally of Mexico. We anticipate him riding in the Rally of Argentina a fortnight now. The weather, we hope the weather will change. Actually, on the world WRC, on the same block of the WRC, actually Hyundai are anticipating to have a new car, but they have held back the car until the beginning of 2015-2016 season with this rally generation car of i20. Who are the drivers behind the seats of Hyundai is none other than Made Thierry Neuville and then Dan Sodo. These are the guys who have been cruising under that flagship of Hyundai. These guys say it's not yet a season to roll their car. They're not even going to hurry their car, but their principal, Michael, says they're giving it enough time to test. And the guy actually is called Michael Nodant, has told, he confessed before WRC saying, their match started on to the upgrading of this car way back in 2013, just months away. They actually had months on development, and I believe by the beginning of 2016 season, they will definitely have had enough of the test, and they'll be so much ready to go. Guess who will be under this? It's anticipated that it's going to be one of the impacts that is going to affect one of the standing drivers who are anticipated to have a new machine in the Rally of Argentina. But we hope they're reserving it for the best. Let's have a bit of the ambience of the car, the anticipated car, which is so much awaited on its debut in Argentina. But it was waited in Argentina. We wait 2016. Look at the turns and the twist and the drift of the car. We get to the sound, and I give you the ambience of it, and then probably we get on for new for our points. Well, that's action, and those whoever actually, it all starts here at WBS TV, and then probably the others follow, catch up with us over there. And we have another interesting person who is going to crack us through the whole bit of the local bit of it. We are actually packing it for you. Way down off the WRC, we are actually rolling into getting our straight to Formula One. You much awaited the match results at Formula One. Guess who? What? Mercedes are getting up their form, and actually Mercedes are really kick up after the fate in Malaysia when they were surged from their dominance by Ferrari's Sebastian Vettel. It's another time to see the guys roar at the Shanghai Grand Prix, which is much anticipated to be so fast. And let me ask my producer to give us a loop of the track of the description of, let's get a description of that Shanghai racetrack, and then I'll give you a hint of what's happening and what's much as painted by the drivers, and we hope the best will come out. And guess what? By the end of the day today, Lewis Hamilton was at the best of his, he was scoring up very highly, and guess what? He hit all the free hits, and he was the best. Qualifying over staying, Lewis Hamilton stood as in standing as #1, and then in the second group, actually, teammate Nico Rosberg. Nico Rosberg came in second, but just a few microseconds off him. There were, if I do, but it was he made 1:35, 82 to 84, and then Ferrari's the man who inside these two, who inside he actually inside the door. That's Sebastian Ferrari's Sebastian Vettel came in third in the third qualifying round, and then Felipe Massa of Williams is actually came in fourth. Looking at their standing, is none other than Lewis Hamilton still in the lead by 43 points, and then Sebastian Vettel, who actually incited their lead in La Etue Fortunato is coming in second with 40 points, and Nico Rosberg, Mercedes' second driver, is having 33, and then Felipe Massa is actually in. Felipe Massa is in fourth position with 20 points. Let's get to see through the rope of the racetrack, the Shanghai racetrack, which is going to be raced under tomorrow, with the change of a few hips and here and there. And actually many drivers have complimented this as one of the first of this kind this year. And then with too much care, it's a man and the machine which is going to be Dolly going to be playing. Let's have a picture of the Shanghai racetrack. The Shanghai racetrack, and then I will ride you through one of a prolific young guy who is yet to join the elite class of Formula One, and we expect him to come next. A few rallies, actually a few Formula One races. This young guy, I will tell you as we close upward. Let's have a picture of the qualifying Shanghai racetrack, and then we get to hear about the other drivers, what they're talking about. Well, those are some of the few qualifying rounds, and then there's some pictures which are coming regarding the racetrack and the description of the racetrack. And we definitely hope the best person, actually, the Mercedes guys, I saw you complimenting your driver. That's Lewis Hamilton. Exactly, trying to do the best, and we hope the best will come their way. And let's have a track. Let me have my producers call us the track, and then we get a description of the track. Other than those, that was the third qualifying round, and then let's go to the description of the track after that bit of ambience of qualification. That was the third group of qualification, and Lewis Hamilton was in the lead, and then teammate Nico Rosberg was actually into, well, that's not the picture. The picture is forthcoming. Lewis Hamilton was leading. He led from start to end, and then definitely followed by Nico Rosberg. And then the third one was Ferrari's Sebastian Vettel, who came in third, and then Felipe Massa of Williams came in third. Let's get to roll on to one of the small prolific young guys. He may not be known, but he is in the junior Red Bull driver, none other than a young man called Pierre Gasly. Pierre Gasly is another young man who is going to make his debut into the mainstream Formula One. And you look at how that young man is. Let me have you a little bit of the ambience of that young man, and then I get to tell you a little bit about him, as in it does not become a surprise when it comes to the mainstream racing of Formula One.
La qualité principale d'un bon pilote automobile, sur un circuit, on passe. Le plus dur, c'est de rester lucide au niveau de la concentration.
Well, that's another man, a young man who is yet actually to make his debut in the mainstream Formula One, and that's none other than the French Pierre Gasly. Pierre Gasly will be racing under Toro Rosso racing team in Formula One, the mainstream Formula One, and then actually this young man is 19 years old. He has had a number of records running under his belt. He was born 7th February 1996, and then he made his first attempt of driving a motor machine. That's he started with in go-karting. That's at 10 years of age. Imagine at 10 years of age. Of course, no wonder he's doing kind of take up as in the speed spins in all what he's doing. He went into go-karting in 2006, and then he is measured at a height of 177 centimeters, and then he's weighing 71.5 kgs, actually in kilograms, and this is a second driver in Red Bull's junior team. He was next, he actually in the last season of 2014, he came in next after Carlos Says Jr., that is son to a legend. The guys who watched Safari way back in early 2000s, you may have seen Carlos Says in the Safari Rally in Kenya. But the son now, who is now currently racing in Formula One, this young man has always given him a run for his money. And we hope they will go under the same flagship in the same way. And we believe we are going to be having it all better. Definitely, after that roll of the pictures, we are going to have a very short. We are going to have a short break, and then we come back. I give you the package of the local bit of it, and then guess who? We have an Afande in studio to give us a bit of her experience in the cockpit for the time she has been in. And actually, we are actually looking ahead seeing her racing more events. Unfortunately, she didn't make it well racing against the big shots in the Ginger Rally. Let me have my producer. I don't compliment or discompliment what the pictures we're going to be seeing. I was there, and actually I'll be telling it with Christine Wina Akero, a serving officer with the Uganda Police. Christine, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
We are looking at a situation. Some people who are waiting, and actually they are blocked on the Facebook. They have always imagined saying, "Who is this lady? And does she mind daring her life? Or does she have other people against her?" Well, I was one of the few who feared when you parked into the WBS backyard in the police footage. Well, I look forward to seeing you race. Looking at the whole thing, you are still far away from your TV set. Christine is in the house to give us the in-depth of our start of the rally and where she's headed to. And definitely, we are going to have a picnic through the Ginger Rally and tell you the standings, how they're going. And then probably from that point, Christine will give us a little bit of her more. Remember, it's Motorsport on WBS TV. We had an adjustment of the time, and definitely it's always at 5 to 6 p.m. You always have get yourself gruesomely onto your TV set. And I'm like Christina has just whispered to me, she has a big package for you and the surprises, and she looks over much of a more a surprising woman who is actually entrepreneuring. Let's have a break, and then just keep it at WBS TV. We shall have phone callings in after at the close of the time, and probably we are going to have a few of your comments coming in. Just use WBS TV Motorsport, and then we shall have your message coming for Christine, and she will give you a response back. Let's get a break and come back.